Welcome back to the Vero Performance Insight. This week we're going to look at the Brisbane Lions recruitment process with Robb Kerr, Dean Warren and Manuel Lynch. We see on draft day, seeing here the name called out. Who's involved in that process of actually selecting that person?
Yeah, look, Robb Kerr is our National Talent Manager and Robb oversees our recruiting network of Steve Canole and Graham Hadley, and we've got a number of scouts obviously across the country. And that Robb will work with me, and we have our list of management committee group as well. So we do a lot of list analysis, and obviously we try to project where our list is at over a 3 to 5 year period as well. So there's a lot of work gone into that, but ultimately it's up to Robb and the recruiting team to make that choice on draft night, and but does consult with obviously myself as the GM and Michael Voss as the senior coach.
When do you start getting involved with the players before they come to the club?
Well, get involved with the discussions about player profiling fairly early, but then it's the draft camp, combine process and the interviewing there where just do a bit of assessment to see whether they can cope with the transition up to Brisbane and cope with, I guess, what our club has to offer.
In modern sport, and certainly football, how important is the character of the person when recruiting?
Critical. I think, there's heaps of stories across the industry to suggest if a player hasn't got the right character when they do come to an elite or a high-performance environment, they really do struggle. And, we put a lot of time, our recruiting network puts a lot of time into ensuring that players who are drafted to our football club have got the right character. I think a lot of clubs place as much importance on character as they do their actually ability to perform their skills and play.
Talent can get you so far, but if you haven't got the persistence, the determination, the resilience, and that's a really important thing, the competitiveness, it's going to be hard to become a long-term AFL player.
What's the challenges when you bring in an 18-year-old from interstate?
Yeah, look, 87% of our list this year are from interstate, or overseas with our 2 Irish recruits. So it is a challenge. A lot of these guys have just finished school and, they come draft day, they're off to Queensland, and obviously finding appropriate accommodation and really settling them into an elite environment is a real challenge for them, especially early. But we do invest in our welfare area, and obviously Manny, Lynch and Alicia Whitelock look after that area, and it's a really critical one for us because there's homesickness and a whole range of different issues that they do face when they first arrive at an interstate club.
Initially it's the transition stuff which is difficult, but in actual fact we think it's a real positive for us because it brings our blokes closer together. That anyone who transits up to Brisbane, then most of the rest of the list have done that before, so they know what it's like and they can help share their story.
The key things for my role are, one, are we managing our cap in a way that means that we've got a timeline ahead of us where we're planning 3 and 4 years ahead of us. From the drafting and recruiting side, as a team, the recruiting team, we've got to be bringing in players who are going to be longer-term AFL players. And then from the academy side, the club has a benchmark that by 2016, 25% of our list is Queenslanders. So that's a pretty clear performance indicator as to how our academies performed, whether we've been able to develop local players to the point where they're able to hold a spot on the Brisbane list.
Vero Performance Insight, brought to you by Vero Insurance. If performance matters to your business, ask a broker about Vero Insurance.